Peace and blessings. Welcome to Speaking with Ajani Bakari Talk Show. I'm your host, Ajani Bakari. Thank you for joining me as we come on every Monday night live on my YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, hit the notification bell to let you know when I go live and when I post up a new video. Tonight's topics, again, we always come out with 3 nice topics. So tonight's topics, starting off, we're going to talk about the possible food shortage. There's a couple of reports about food shortages because of the inflation and different things that are going on in the economy. Then we're going to talk about the ongoing gender war that's going on, which is obviously a prevalent topic, but I felt like it's something that needed to be discussed. And someone on my Facebook wanted to discuss that today, so hopefully we can get to talk about that. And then also for the last topic, we're going to discuss, do dads even care about Father's Day? Father's Day was yesterday, and I'm a father myself. You know how I feel about being a father. It's something I'm proud of. But our dads really do dads really look forward to Father's Day? Is Father's Day something that dads really want to have or care about in general? So those are our 3 topics. We're going to talk about the possible food shortage. We're going to talk about the ongoing gender war that continues to happen on social media and all the different perspectives that people throw out, whether for clickbait reasons or for actual just discussion reasons. And then we're going to discuss, whether or not is Father's Day something that dads give a damn about. Thanks for joining me, because we go live every Monday night, and I'm hoping that you guys can come in and get live with me and we can talk about this. We'll be going live on my IG and we'll be going live on my Facebook. But before we do that, we can talk about also yesterday was Juneteenth. I don't know if any one of y'all are familiar with Juneteenth. It's become very commercialized and branded, recently through the last couple of years. But Juneteenth is a holiday that's celebrated for African American freedom. It represents the actual true last day of freedom, as far as ending slavery in America, which was June 19th, 1865. That's when the last slaves were actually set free, and that was in Texas. It's a holiday that's actually been around for a very long time. African Americans have been celebrating, especially in Texas. It's very known in Texas. Me and my family celebrate Juneteenth. Yesterday we didn't do nothing too special, because of just certain things, not because we were trying to boycott the holiday, as some folks are starting to do, because you're starting to see things like Walmart had a Juneteenth ice cream brand or flavor, which people felt was a little bit, too insensitive towards us as African Americans. And we just starting to see a lot more branding and commercializing and mainstream marketing for Juneteenth. And, we don't own nothing mainstream, so it's not coming from us. And, we can't have nothing for ourselves is what most Black folks say. Like, can we just have our own thing? But most Black folks, I know don't celebrate Juneteenth anyways. I was always thought of as somebody that was odd for celebrating it, because people was like, it wasn't mainstream. We always talk about, the popularity of things and how mass media and social media can dictate how you think about things. So Juneteenth was never really a big thing. It was known as a Hotep brother holiday or a conscious person's holiday. But it was something amongst African Americans in the South, because obviously slavery was big in the South. And Juneteenth was something that you were supposed to get, and mind you, we had it. It's something that's in June. So we have all the other holidays that fall in February, which is usually a cold month for majority of Americans. So Juneteenth is a good holiday to celebrate, but some people are confused about why we're celebrating, if we should be celebrating or not celebrating. It does represent true freedom from slavery as African Americans. So I do believe celebrating Juneteenth is not really a bad thing. You should. Usually I get fireworks this year. Like I said, I didn't do it for, there's several reasons why we didn't get a chance to do what we normally do in the Bakari home, but we always recognize Juneteenth. Our kids understand what Juneteenth means. It's definitely a holiday that's worth recognizing. And it should be for Black folks. It should represent Black people, and Black companies should take and partake in this. We shouldn't just let white folks partake in the money. And I think this is what we always drop the ball at as a people. Like I said, we just don't do enough to just make sure that something stays ours and it belongs to us. If we really truly cared about Juneteenth, then we should have companies that are black companies that are out here marketing themselves and giving out, Juneteenth discounts or whatever, special deals or anything that revolves around Juneteenth, as far as cookouts, because yesterday was a perfect day to celebrate Juneteenth. You had Father's Day and Juneteenth on the same day, Sunday. It was a nice day down here in South Florida. We had a couple of showers, but still, it was a beautiful day. I wanted to step out and do some things, but I stayed home and relaxed, with my kids. And, I had a great, dinner. I had a great breakfast, but, that goes entail for Father's Day, which we'll talk about shortly. But I think Juneteenth is definitely a holiday that, people should, recognize, man. It's a holiday that is recognized June 19th of 1865, because officially in January of 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and delivered, meaning that all blacks were free. Slavery was completely abolished in America. But for you to understand history, that was done at the middle of the Civil War. The Civil War started in 1861, but it didn't end till 1865. So there were states that didn't recognize the Emancipation Proclamation or the United States because they succeeded. They were now Confederate and a part of the Confederate Nation of the United States of America. So all of these stuff that was going on between 63, 64, and 65, the beginning of 65, there was black people still enslaved because there was just not, white people willing to let go of their slaves and let go of slavery. So even after they lost the war, which was the beginning of 1865, there were still blacks in Texas that didn't even know that the war was over, that the South lost, and that slavery was abolished, that there was even a proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation even signed. So it didn't happen until June 19th was the last, and I believe it was in Galveston, Texas. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me, but in Galveston, Texas was the last group of African slaves that found out that they were actually free and they were supposed to be free 2 years prior. So Juneteenth is to celebrate that. It's to celebrate the idea that we were finally free, set free from slavery, chains of slavery, and the bondage of slavery. So, we got to recognize that. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about slavery because it's easy to forget, right? Because it's a traumatic experience. It's hard to accept slavery if you're a black person, understanding what your ancestors went through. It's bad, man. It's really bad when you really think about it. But at the end of the day, it's still something that we should acknowledge because it was something that changed in America. Because, if anybody even knows the American history, Texas as a state itself and places like Oklahoma, which was an Indian state at that time, had a bunch of black towns and still to this day has black towns because of the demographics and the geographical lines of where slavery was allowed or wasn't allowed. So, slavery is a part of American history. We can't forget it. So Juneteenth is a part of that. So, you should celebrate it. I would say you do as what they do for 4th of July. You light fireworks. You have a nice cookout. You cook some food. You have family together. You guys get to, get music playing, dancing, whatever, what we do as black folk, man, whatever part is our culture, you just do it for Juneteenth. And it's a federal holiday. So if you work for the government, you get a day off, you get paid for it. If you work for certain people who work for, in the legal industry, schools, they take the day off today because it's Juneteenth. It was yesterday, it was a Saturday. So, yesterday was a Sunday. So I say celebrate it, honor it. It's always a beautiful thing. It never goes against you to do what you're supposed to do, which is love and honor your heritage and your ancestors, because they're always going to be there for you when you need that guidance for any time you need that guidance. So, but it's time to get ready for my IG folks and our Facebook people. So we're going to get that going here. Again, if you want to follow me on my IG, it's speaking_with_Ajani_Bakari. And you can follow me on my Facebook, which is Ajani Bakari on Facebook. And those are the two other platforms where I go live with the show. And I also provide clips of the show on those particular platforms. So, You could always check that out and show a brother some love, like, comment, share. You know. All right, so we got that there. Let's see if Facebook lets me go live. You know, I've been good on my Facebook. Been well behaved. So there we go. We'll hit the live there. So officially live on Facebook. All right, we live on my IG. All right. Good evening, folks. Blessings. Welcome to Speaking with Ajani Bakari Talk Show. I'm your host, Ajani Bakari. We go live every Monday night on my YouTube channel, which is Ajani Bakari on YouTube. I like to join. Welcome and join my IG and my Facebook followers. Thank you again for joining me. As every Monday night, we drop 3 hot topics. Tonight's topics is topic number 1. We're going to discuss the possible food shortage. There's been reports and talks on social media and on news about a possible food shortage in America due to the inflation and different things that are going on as far as the economy. We're also going to discuss the ongoing gender war between male and females, the dating pool, and you know, I don't need a man, and you know, I don't need a woman. What you bring to the table, who brings what to the table. You know, it still persists. Obviously, it's a hot topic, but you know, it's an ongoing gender war, and I'm gonna give my takes on that. And then we're gonna also discuss: do dads care about Father's Day? Yesterday was Father's Day. I'm a father myself, so we're gonna discuss whether or not Father's Day is actually a holiday that fathers give a damn about, and should we give a damn about? And we're gonna maybe discuss, you know, what you know, what's other fathers think about Father's Day, whether they like it or not. So thanks for joining me again as we get another Monday night going. With Speaking with Ajani Bakari Talk Show. I'm glad everybody's able to show up. Hopefully everybody's having a beautiful night and they feeling blessed in their home, work, wherever you at, and you're comfortable. And like I said, I'm looking forward to your comments, your takes, and you know, we'll get to the topic shortly here once we get everybody involved. Thanks for joining me again. I appreciate the love. If you get a chance, again, go to my YouTube channel, IG and Facebook, folks. You can go to my YouTube, which is Ajani Bakari on YouTube. That's where you find the best quality of the show. You find all my episodes of Speaking with Ajani Bakari, which is, like I said, we come on Monday nights. I'm on live 7:15 on my YouTube, and we go live 7:25 on IG and Facebook. And then we go live for starting the show completely at 7:30. So thanks again for joining. What's good is we should be playing Bones, man. It's been a minute. Happy Father's Day, brother. Late Father's Day. If you guys get a chance, also when you know, I have exclusive topics on my YouTube channel, which I just got a brief discussion about Juneteenth, which was also celebrated yesterday. We talked about its, you know, the marketing and commercializing of the holiday and mainstream branding of the holiday and what it means to celebrate it and why it should be celebrated. As you guys know, I'm very Afrocentric, so Juneteenth is a holiday I definitely advocate celebrating. So what's goody? What's good, bro? Another Monday night. Feeling good. I hope y'all ready for tonight because like I said, there's been some heated reports about we're gonna talk about that what's it called, the food shortages. So we're gonna get the show started here quickly. We're gonna get it going. I'm gonna send out a couple of notifications, let some folks know that I'm on. I'm getting ready to go live. So here we go. Get some folks involved. All right. All right. What's good, y'all? All right. So again, thanks for joining me. Tonight's topics. We're gonna go ahead and discuss three topics like we do every Monday. The first topic is the possible food shortage. I don't know if anybody or any of y'all heard of farmers complaining about how there's going to be a possible food shortage in America because they're not able to either produce their crops or get their crops out because of, for one, there's a shortage in diesel fuel. Okay, and if anybody knows anything about diesel fuel, that's what is used for trucks to get stuff across the country. But it's also used by farmers for their farming equipment. So a lot of their heavy duty equipment, industrial equipment that farmers are using are powered by diesel fuel. So if they can't get their hands on diesel fuel, or if diesel fuel is expensive as it's become, because the price of diesel fuel has gone up over 70% in the last year. It was about like 275, 280 last year per gallon, but it's over 550 or 540 right now if you want to get diesel fuel. And there's certain places where you can't even find it. There's trucks lined up. Supposedly, there's even truckers reporting that they're not able to get their hands on diesel fuel, and now they're having trouble even getting loads and complete loads. So they're saying that it's only going to continue to get worse. This is only the beginning. The Black Farmers, the National Black Farmers Association stated that the farmers are having trouble getting out the products, the main products like corn and soybeans and wheat. These are products that are, that we need to keep, food going. These are what they normally use to make most of our food products. So, the theory is, by what the farmers are saying and what truck drivers are saying, is that, by fall, the price of everything's going to skyrocket, and there's going to be certain things that you're not going to be able to find in the market. There's going to be food shortages. Now, the FDA says no, there isn't. The U.S. FDA said that there is no food shortage in America. Nowhere in America, everywhere in America has food. There is no such thing as a shortage. They have a surplus of food, supposedly. The government obviously does different things. They do different supplements. They do different things to help corporations and farmers out so that we don't have these type of issues. Like they'll buy out unsold crops and things of that nature to help farmers keep their mechanization going and keep their products and everything going through their throughout the year, from year to year. But it is still something that is possible, because again, if it's hard to get our hands on diesel fuel, and with the war going on in Ukraine and the economy the way it's going, the inflation is going to keep rising. It's going to cost more for food. I saw a video where a farmer was saying, which one that grew her own cows and stuff like that, that you guys who eat meat, right? I know you guys love the steak, you love your burgers, you love all your meat. Well, it's going to cost them more to do all of this stuff, and they might not be able to feed their animals, because it's hard to get their hands on products, because it's hard for truck drivers to get the stuff from back and forth because there's no fuel around. So it's about to get real drastic when it comes to the economy and food. I don't know how much of this is actually true or not, but I read a Time magazine article. I also read a New York Post article about it. But I also read like I said, the FDA website, which is the Food and Drug Administration, and that's their job as far as the government agency, is to control the food and the supply of food that's supposed to come through in this country. As of right now, there is no food shortages by the FDA standards and United States government standards, but there are reports coming from the farmers and coming from the truck driving industry that are stating that it's soon to come because of what they're seeing right now. So, I don't know what you guys think about this, but, I've always been the type of person to always have, reserved food left over for months. I believe in having 3 to 6 months worth of food in your home, of unperishable goods. So, beans, canned goods, there's, rice, things of that nature is what you should have in your home that could last you 3 to 4 months if need be, so that you are not in a dire straight situation if things hit high water. Now, of course, we always hear this, right? This is the same thing with the pandemic. I got a famous friend of mine, which we'll probably see shortly, who doesn't believe most of the shit that goes on. A lot of this is just, a panic driven media news, clickbait type of information, but it's real. If the farmers associations are saying this, if the trucking industry are seeing an alarming issue, then we should take heed. And as a people, you should always take heed anyways. Being from South Florida, it's hurricane season. So we already know if a hurricane comes, you need a good amount of perishables for 2 to 3 weeks so that, in this case, you don't have your refrigerator, in case you don't have power. So, I would say, don't go, 2K on us and start buying all types of products, but you should always be doing the right things and being cautious. So, but with the food prices, right? Because as of right now, the food prices has gone as high as up to 11%. So it cost you $100 last year, cost you a little bit over $110 if you go to the store. And for me, I think it's hit me hard because what I was able to buy for about $300 last year, I feel like it cost me more like about $350 to $400. It's just a lot more money. But the overall average is about 11%, 10%. Inflation as far as food prices go. So it's only going to keep going up if gas prices don't find a way to even kill. Because if gas prices and diesel fuel go up, it's going to cost more to get stuff back and forth and to do all this and to to manufacture stuff with equipment and the things that need fuel. So we're going to be in some serious trouble. Peace, Nadia. But happy belated birthdays. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. What's good? I see you, Sebastian. So we got to definitely keep our eye out for that. You guys let me know if you guys have any information. You could always let me know. Like I said, I'm always on Facebook. I'm always on my IG. You can even send me a direct message on my YouTube channel. But the food shortage is a possibility. I would say it's about a 10% possibility right now as we speak. But again, it says till fall. That means we got 3-4 months to find out. But we never know. There's always a scare. There's always something they're telling us to be worried about. This could just be another way to get us out to the supermarkets and purchasing food, buying stuff, keeping the economy going. But take heed, be wise, be smart. Who knows? But I do say this. Like I said, don't be surprised if the inflation continues and you're going to be spending more money either on gas to get back and forth from work or just to have your groceries and to feed your family on a day-to-day basis. So like I said, keep cautious and just stay focused on the good things, which is going to work every day or doing your hustle every day, saving up your money and being wise, because it's always good to prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying? And hope for the best. That way, if nothing ever happens, you in good no matter what in either such scenario. So we're going to get ready to move on to the next topic. I see everybody showing up. Peace and love. Lock Beauty. Peace was good. Callie in the house. Baby. I know it's not. Dre Ski was good. So the next topic we're going to discuss is the ongoing gender war that seems to persist on social media. It was a topic brought up by one of my Facebook followers because it seems to be a continual problem. I don't know, God rest his soul. We always talk about Kevin Samuels, but he's not around no more. And there's still other, there's other podcasts that are speaking on relationship topics, and it's starting to get really, really repetitive. And like I said, the conversations are getting ridiculous. The scenarios that they're using, the things that are being brought up, there's some foul people in this world, right? Let's just get it out of the way. There's some fucked up women and there's some fucked up men. I know some dudes who told me some crazy stories. And I've read some crazy stories of what dudes have done to women, and I've heard women. I know women who've done some crazy things to men, and heard and read stories that women have done to men. But this idea, there's a gender war, is real. And there was a video recently that circulated that went viral of a lady who went to a mingle single or a singles mix up type of event somewhere in Texas. I believe it was in Houston, and no men showed up. Like no men showed up at all. It was all women who showed up to this event. And I guess what she was trying to say was, look, there's women out here who are ready to find, their mate, but no men give a damn about women no more. And that's kind of sad. So when you really think about it, like, men have stopped becoming thirsty. Like, men have literally stopped becoming thirsty because women have literally degraded all men on these social media platforms, which is what created the gender war, right? Because you have men talking bad about women, women talking bad about men, and nobody's talking about how I need someone to help me be a better person, or I need this one to actually get me to my goals. Everybody believes that they can reach their goals on their own by themselves. They don't need nobody. And that's a sad scenario for the Black community, because we need one another. Like, we talked about this. Married people do better than single people. Okay. The majority of single Black folk in this country are broke, don't make no good money. Majority of y'all make less than $50,000 a year. That's what you report. That's what it is. Don't come at me with no other nonsense. Male and female. You know what I'm saying? 40% of Black males and females that are single don't actually report an income of any kind. So, we're talking about people that are just trying to make themselves seem like they're special, but you're not special. You can't be that delusional. We need one another. So where is this ongoing gender war going to end? I don't know. When are y'all going to really stop bullshitting? Because for me, the problem I have is that we have a bunch of men who don't respect women, and then we have a bunch of women who don't want to love men. And if we can't have those two common grounds, you're never going to have anything in this world. If you can't respect a woman, you can't find no reason to love her. You can't find no reason to be a provider or a protector. Why would you provide or protect or love something you have no respect for? And the opposite, women don't want to love no man. Well, how are you going to be loved? How are you going to have a man that wants to protect you and provide for you and do anything for you if you can't give him any kind of love, any kind of nurturing, any kind of caring, motherly, not motherly, but womanly affection? That's what a man seeks. And that's what men are looking for in a woman. But, where does that gender war? You see, like I said, these are conversations I hate to avoid. I mean, I hate to get into because I'm married. I don't have this problem. If me and my wife get into an issue, sometimes I got to be wrong, whether I'm wrong or not, because that's just how it works. And I don't think people get it. When you're in a relationship and you guys are coming together and you're doing things, sometimes it's not about who's supposed to do stuff, who's not supposed to do stuff. Me and my wife go through that all the time. Perfect example. Sometimes I do the laundry and she folds. Sometimes she does the laundry and I fold. It just depends on the day. It depends on the mood. It depends on who's tired or not. Because, like I said, most of us don't make that much money. So you're going to need two incomes. So if my wife is working 40 hours a week, having to get herself prepared for work, having to deal with work and the people at work and all the stuff that goes on at work, just like I have to, whether I make more money than her or not, I still have to pull weight at home because she's not home most of the time. So somebody has to help clean up. Somebody has to help do the dishes. Somebody has to help cook sometimes. Somebody has to help with the children. Somebody has to help with the finances or help with these are what people don't understand. It doesn't just fall on one person or the other. And the problem with the gender war that I'm seeing as far as the male side is that men can't respect women enough that women are doing their thing. There are women out here who are capable of making right decisions and doing the right thing, but y'all don't want to accept that. Y'all want to think that they shouldn't make those decisions or they shouldn't be in position to make decisions. Man, I love it when my wife makes decisions, to be honest with you. It takes a lot of burden off of me. It says, oh, she done made that choice. I'm good. I can step back and let her do this because now I can focus on other things. So the gender war is really stupid to me, but it's something that persists on social media. Every day I hear something silly. I heard one today. The girl asked the guy, she said, what is it that you think a woman needs from a man? And he started saying, well, emotional support. And he said to be a provider, a protector. She was like, well, provide what? He was like, well, provide emotional support, emotional protection. And she just started cutting them off like, bro, you just talking nonsense. And I had to stop watching it too, because I was like, yo, you're just rambling, brother. Like, you're not saying nothing when you're saying these things. You see what I'm saying? Like, what a man brings to the table is a man. You should be a man. There's things that men have to do. We shouldn't even have to even discuss this. You're a man. We all know this. You got to put your pants on one leg at a time. You know, my father had this thing where he didn't like us putting on our shoes sitting down. He thought that as a man you should put your shoes and your pants standing up, because a man is always standing up. You don't never sit down. That's, you know, like there's just like certain things that, you know, men are supposed to do. Kevin Samuel talked about this, a certain way you carry yourself. And if you're doing your thing as a man, you'll be fine. Everything will fall in line eventually. You see what I'm saying? But we have dudes who sit around here, get on social media and worry about what other women are doing. I mean, they're just as feminine as women. Like, it's completely gone how we talk about the way men are supposed to respect women. Men just don't do it no more. We don't have no respect for women. I don't get it. What's good, y'all? I see my folks joining me on IG, Facebook. Thank you for joining me. Giovanni, was good. Christine Sakbase. Much love. Much love. So this ongoing gender war has to stop. It has to be more solution-based conversation and talk. Sometimes I wish I can have these conversations with some people, because I've been through the fire. You know, my marriage has not been peaches and cream. It hasn't always been that. So, you know, I can say honestly from my heart that, you know, I got to do better, you know, and men got to do better. So we got to talk about that. We got to definitely talk about that. So we'll get moving on to the next topic, which is, you know, Father's Day, because Father's Day was yesterday, and I want to discuss whether or not, you know, do you guys think Father's Day is a holiday that dads actually care about? Now, I'm a father, and I've been a father for over 20 years of my life, and I can rarely remember Father's Day. You know, my most memorable parts of Father's Day, to be honest with you, is I get a breakfast every Father's Day. I get a special breakfast. My kids wake up and they make me a nice breakfast. You know, they look out for me, they take care of me. It's a wonderful thing. I always like stuff like that. Do I look forward to it though? I do. I can't lie. I look forward to anything that would honor me. You know, call it vain, call it narcissistic. But I mean, you know, I work hard as a man. I work hard as an individual. And one thing I take pride in, you guys can know, is that I'm a father. So I take pride in my children. I take pride in being a father. So when they show me love, and you know, that's the most important part, that I get it from my children. My daughters text me. You know, everybody showed me love as far as my children. So that's always a beautiful thing. But I don't know about men. I don't know how many men out here really care about Father's Day like that. But you know, it is a holiday that should be honored. Most people say, you know, what is that we do get for Father's Day? We usually get tools, which means we got to go fix something. I mean, you know, I don't have any material. Like, I'm not a materialistic guy, so I don't have too many things that I wish I had. I do like tools, though. I'm not gonna lie. I do like to have tools because I got to fix things in my household, and it's always easier to fix things when you have the right tools. But you know, Father's Day is a day that definitely doesn't get the praise Mother Days get, which is, and it's obviously so, because this is why I was talking about respecting women. Women are the breeders of life. So you have to, that alone is enough to give women the respect that they would deserve. We can't never neglect that idea that every life on earth comes from the womb of a woman, between the legs of a woman. That's it. Like, so, you know, Mother's Day is always should be honored for that. And they get several days. Women get several days, and we shouldn't bitch and complain about it. This is another thing what I was saying about the gender war. There's too many men that are bitches. Like, y'all complain about stuff. Y'all claim to be alphas, but so many things bother you emotionally, and you guys are so frail with all this nonsense. I saw a video the other day where a guy was saying the testosterone level for men today is the lowest it's ever been in history. I'm about to get, so my IG's probably gonna go out on me, but yeah, it's the lowest in history. All right, so men testosterone levels are real low, and you know, the way men behave is just becoming less masculine than it's ever been, you know, going back 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So, you know, as men, you know, we got to just be men. We got to honor ourselves. We got to respect women. We got to respect ourselves, and that way we can, you know, we can appreciate the things that we do, because we do it anyways. We got to do what we do. That's what make us men. That's what make us strong. That's what make us valiant, beautiful. That's what makes us who we are. All this, crying and about what women get and what we don't get should never be a part of the conversation. I don't know how that even got brought up. I don't want to be treated like a woman. I want to be treated like a man. So whatever women have, it belongs to them. They should have it. It shouldn't be nothing against them for that. But I tell you one thing: if you guys really, 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 really think that Father's Day is not something special, then I don't know what you're doing with your kids in your life, because every child loves their parent, and if you're there and your parent, as a parent in your child's life, they'll show you why Father's Day means something. And that's all I got to say about that. But I look forward to Father's Day. I don't know how many brothers look forward to Father's Day, but Father's Day is definitely a beautiful, wonderful day to celebrate fatherhood, man. And there's a lot of great fathers in the Black community, and that's why Father's Day is important. And I believe there's fathers out here, because we send each other text messages, but I see it. I get the text messages. Brothers be sending me messages. We send each other Happy Father's Day greetings all the time, because we have to respect the fatherhood, and fatherhood is important. I guess that's a part of the idea of genderhood, or the gender war, because you have to have the male, you got to have the female. We have to respect both sides. But Father's Day should be a day. I say that. I honestly, truly believe that. I like it. I love it. I'm not looking forward to any gifts. All I want to have on Father's Day is just to relax. I want to be able to eat good and have no worries. I like listening to music, so we can listen to music. I'll play some video games with my son, or play, or whatever. Place, I like to actually do stuff with my children on these type of days. So that's me. That's what I like to do. Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're gonna get moving. The show was a wonderful show. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys showing love. We'll be back next Monday night. You can catch me on my YouTube channel again, and on my IG and Facebook. Go on my YouTube, which is Ajani Bakari. Subscribe, comment, like, share, hit the notification button. And we'll be back next Monday night. You guys stay beautiful. You stay blessed. Thank you for joining me. This is another episode of Speaking with Ajani Bakari Talk Show. I'll see y'all next week. Peace and love.